it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, an episode yesterday about a phone call she got out of nowhere from the president about somebody. Okay, and I want to play this clip for you. Go ahead, Rob, and play this clip. Here's Candace talking about a phone call she got from the White House. Go ahead, Rob.
And I get another message that's like, hey, keep your phone on.
Yeah, a couple of you guys asked for this, so I got you, ninjas.
And anyways, this phone call is coming from Florida. Pick up the phone, and lo and behold, so here's what happened. I'm negotiating this thing. I'm negotiating Ukraine and Russia, and you wouldn't believe how many parts are part. It is President Donald J. Trump. He is calling me, and in true President Trump fashion, he jumps right into the narrative. We're not, hey, how you doing? He just jumps right into the narrative.
Nigga didn't even say hello?
Exactly how this went down. I am literally, it is hard to catch my breath to comprehend that 4 days ago, I'm ending a series about Brigitte Macron, and now I'm speaking to the President of the United States, and the topic of conversation, no matter which way you want to slice it, it's about Macron's wife's penis. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? Anyways, I have Macron. I like Macron. We're speaking at the White House, and I'm walking him to his car. And, he says to me, Mr. President, can I speak to you for a second? I say, of course you can speak to me about anything. What's going on? And Macron wants to have a little sidebar. And then Macron says to him, Mr. President, do you know Candace Owens? And I say, yes, of course I know Candace Owens. What's going on? And then he continues his narrative, and he tells me that Emmanuel Macron is requesting to his face that I stop speaking about his wife. And one of the things Trump said is he tells me, she's old and this is really, really impacting her. And then he said,
That's why she slapped that nigga in the face, probably.
I saw her, Candace, I saw her up close and she looks like a woman to me. She looks like a woman to me. I had dinner with her at the top of the Eiffel Tower. And I explained to him that she has had this amazing doctor who specializes in transgenderism surgeries or feminization procedures.
Robert,
I'm talking to the President of the States about this, guys. This is crazy. This is wacky. And I said to Trump, and I will be honest, that
so
at that moment I realized that one day this is going to...
point. So, Vinny, your thoughts on this. So this is Candace saying that Trump called her to say Macron is asking to pump the brakes because we're trying to do deals, and hey, Candace, can you give Candace a call? Your thoughts on this
Listen,
call?
With all due respect, and I absolutely love Candace, but you don't go talking about a private call from the President of the United States. I don't care if it's Trump, I don't care if it's Biden, I don't care if it's freaking Ronald Reagan's ghost, okay? That's just not loose lips, it's just weak character. Like if you're leaking conversations or click or whatever, like it's not, you can't trust someone who's willing to expose stuff like that. Like I don't know. It's not a good look because, like, for instance, do you think anybody's gonna ever have a conversation just with whatever it is with Candace with that information coming out?
Yeah, they're not gonna trust her. I wonder if she asked if she could even probably not. Yeah, I mean, people are going to be reluctant to call her. That's a fact. That's true. Yeah.
Do you honestly think? Would you trust?
First of all, let me ask this question: Do you believe that phone call happened? I think she said Rob. What was the exact date?
Oh no, I believe that phone call happened. I 100% believe that phone call happened. 100% believe that phone call happened.
She said sometime in February. So you're talking about 30 days after inauguration, January 20th. I think she says the phone call happened third week of February. The question is, do you believe the call happened?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Two, so you believe the phone call happened, that President Trump called?
My opinion, yes.
Okay, you believe that.
It's too Candace doesn't strike me as the type of person to lie about some shit like that. And then also, like, she's met him before. She's probably the biggest female conservative creator, has a massive amount of influence. Yeah, bro, 100% he will call her. I think so. Now, I'm shocked that he called her direct, though. I ain't gonna lie. I am shocked that he called her direct. I thought he would have one of his aides call her or some shit like that. But, yeah.
It's too easy to deny, right? It's like, we never talked to her.
Adam, you believe that the phone call happened?
I do. Do you want me to, my feedback?
But the second thing is there anything wrong with her publicly sharing a phone call? That, I guess the second question is, Do you think she asked permission from the Trump to publicly talk about the phone call?
No.
Hell no.
I was gonna ask if she asked. That's what I was gonna say next, but I'm like, probably not.
Then do
He
you
wouldn't
think
have allowed that.
It's appropriate for her to publicly talk
No,
about
not at
that
all.
becomes a question. Adam, your
If-
thoughts?
Well, it depends on what the phone call basically encompassed, if he said, keep this between us or not. But Candace has an opportunity to basically make friends with Trump or make enemies with Trump. If Elon Musk is an enemy of Trump at this point, you better believe Candace might be in her sights. Now, what you don't see in that clip,
Sparks84 said, OSS annual member, is there a way to donate OSS memberships? Yeah, there is. Yo, One Chess, can you post a picture real quick for Castle Club Clan? Niggas, bro, what kind of name is that, bro? Niggas' name is Castle Club Clan with the K's? Yo, One Chess, can you show him how to donate subs on there for some brokies? Welcome to the team, by the way, Sparks84. That's a funny-ass name. Niggas' name is Castle Club Can with the KKK, bro. What the fuck?
is the reason that Emmanuel Macron asked that of Trump was because basically it was, you know, we've heard the quid pro quo thing before. He said, listen, if you want my help in ending the Russia-Ukraine war, I need a favor from you. Have Candace, who has made it her life's work of dismantling my wife's, husband, whatever body parts, if you really want me to go all in and help save literally millions of lives, do me a favor and make a call to her and see if she can just chill out. Because no matter who you are, no matter what
I know they sent her a cease and desist letter.
you do, we all have emotions. We all have feelings. Everything's interpersonal relationships. We just talked about how Trump
Bro, she can't go to France. I'll tell you that.
and Musk fell out because of personal relationship. Do you believe that Macron maybe said something to Trump about, hey, this woman has made her life's work about my
Yeah.
wife being a man or not? I
yeah.
totally believe that happened. So, but I also, if Trump never told her don't say anything, I'm actually understand why Candace would say this. I'll say one last thing. Making a documentary about Emmanuel Macron's wife or ending the Ukraine-Russia war, to me, it's not even a conversation. You end the war. But Candace in another clip said this. She said, I didn't know what to do. So do you know who she said she called? She said she called Tucker, who she doesn't really speak with, but she got his advice, free speech advice. She said at the time, I was pregnant with my fourth child, I believe. I was emotional and I tend to be hot-headed. Wink, wink. I do believe that she's been infected by the IDS, Israel Derangement Syndrome.
Bruh. Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam. Come on, man. The IDF is killing kids every day, bro. Like, they're killing, the IDF is literally killing kids every fucking day, Adam. Come on, bro.
But I don't totally understand.
Oh, guys, chat. You know what? OSS niggas, I'm going to ask you guys. Matter of fact, because I fucking love you guys. OSS guys, they want me to go on her take. You guys want me to go or not? What do you niggas think? Yay or nay? I'll do a poll for you guys on there. OSS niggas assemble. Yo, I need to get the fucking sound effect. I'm going to get sound effect right now. Fucking Thundercats assemble or some shit, or OSS niggas assemble. I'm going to do a poll for you guys. OSS niggas. Okay. Go on, which is a valuetainment show. I don't know what the topic would be. I know it's this YouTube channel right here. Oh, actually, we still got to react to one of it. Adam battling Anna Kasparian. I know it's PBD shit right here.
I want to put this one
It's
to bed.
a brand new channel. 52.8K. They made it like, when did they make this thing? It's kind of like The View, but like a more, I guess, not liberal version. I guess. They made it a month ago. Yeah. They made it a month ago. So yeah, it's a part of the Valuetainment family, I think. Yeah. So you got PBD, you got Amy got her own channel, okay. Valuetainment short clips, and then the original Valuetainment channel. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll see what you. I'll put the poll up for you guys on. I'll put the poll for you guys on. What's it called? On OSS.
Understand why she's putting that out there for clips, for views.
All right. This bitch ass nigga Duke said OSS simps. Chat, you guys know what to do. You know what to do. I'm not going to ban this nigga. Just roast him. You guys know what to do. Bitch ass nigga said OSS Simps.
I get that.
You're about to get
Hopefully,
cooked, boy.
This will lead to ending the Russia-Ukraine war, and we can refocus the conversation not on Emmanuel
But I don't
Macron's wife's
think
body
she
parts.
said. I don't think she said that she's changing her position. The fact that she's talking about this, that's bringing it back up. So I don't think this is going to put an end to any of it. It is back surface that people are talking. We haven't talked about this. And by the way, you want to know what's crazy? I actually think she's right about Macron.
Me too.
I actually think that, and I'm not even taking a position that I think that was one of the, better jobs of investigation work that's happened the last couple of years. And I think I even remember we were at a UFC fight the first time she was reading
so
it and
excited.
she's telling us about
Yep.
it backstage. But the challenge becomes that phone call. And Adam, to add to what you just said right there, I don't think this gets her closer to Elon because she's also been very critical of Elon and Trump. So I don't think it's going to be all of a sudden getting there. Tom,
Yeah, Elon is a bitch. Bitch ass nigga, man. All right, I put the poll up for you guys on the OSS. I'll put in the chat for you guys right now. Poll is up, ninjas.
Your thoughts
in
on
the
this
chat.
here, this position here.
So number one, I have a couple thoughts. Man, if the president of the United States calls you and he's speaking about that, I don't think you talk about it on the air unless you had some sort of a
And only supporters can vote on it. Only supporters.
framework
Active supporters.
agreement, right? And say, well, Mr. President, I appreciate the call and everything. You know, I'm very public and I'm very out there talking about many things. If I was to mention this, yeah, I would prefer you didn't. You can do what you want, Candace, but I would prefer you didn't. I think you ask about that. We've had all kinds of celebrities
I agree. I think asking is obviously the best policy.
and all kinds of heavy-hitting major political people
Yeah.
that have said things behind the scenes. Would we have liked, or would you have liked to go on out and say things, hey, folks, in the insurance industry, the following might help us out? Yeah, but we respect what's called confidence. And I just don't think with a sitting president, unless you've got a conversation there and an understanding that you say anything. Now then, I think she's right about Macron's wife, and she's not the only one, but her investigative reporting was quite good and quite deep and quite, backed up. But
okay.
I have a final little point here, and it's about Macron. If Macron said to the President of the United States, I am not going to weigh in and help out with a major humanitarian crisis in a foreign country until gossip stops about my wife,
That's
then
crazy.
you are one of the shallowest people to walk the halls of leadership at the country level. That just absolutely
ask you.
grates me
Okay,
on
good.
that point.
That's a good point. Vinny, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, just I want to get in there because Adam, you said something like, does he have to say, or like, should there have been like a, hey, can I? No, that there's an unwritten rule. You don't have to say, keep this between us. It's a personal phone call between me and you. I shouldn't have to even think about you going on air. The conversations that we have, that you have with him, that you have with that, did you ever be like, hey, don't ever
I guess you could say this is months ago, so it doesn't matter now. But yeah, I mean,
talk about this? No, you should
Still,
know.
it's not a
You
good
keep
look.
your mouth shut.
not how it
Especially the
works.
president, Adam, of the United States. There's a trust, and once that trust is gone, I don't think anybody would ever talk to her on any type of level like, hey, listen, just do me a favor. And listen, I love Candace to death. By the way, great reporting. She revealed the president of freaking France's husband, wife, whatever, at least at the bare minimum, was in some pedophilia shit because you met him when he was 14 or 12 or whatever. But when it comes
Allegedly,
to
with these stories that are
all
being-
allegedly,
yeah.
all allegedly, but there shouldn't be a question, Pat, of
Right.
should he have said something? Should she have asked? No.
No,
The
Vinny,
president of the United States
Vinny.
isn't asking. How about this? You should know whatever I talk to you. Mind you, when the person calls you, hey, this is a call from the president of the United States. That's it. That's the
Okay,
cosign, unwritten rule.
I got you.
but
Adam, your thoughts.
Vinny, I hear you, but you have to understand your audience, understand the person you're making. Trump isn't making a phone call to some random person, some person with information, a business contact. He's making a phone call to one of the most popular podcasters in the world, whose job it is to yap and talk shit. You say, don't say this to your audience, and you say that up front. That's like when you're saying, giving a quote to a newspaper or the New York Times, the Washington Post. You'll say this is from an undisclosed source.
Yeah.
You'll say that.
Or
So,
I'll talk to
in
you
my
on
opinion-
background.
Exactly. You'd say, listen, Candace, I know that you have a big platform. Do not mention this, but here's what I need from you. And listen, if the Trump is basically saying, hey, as much as shallow it is about Macron basically trying to defend his wife, people have emotions, people have feelings. If it's a matter of saving lives and ending of war, you do what you're told. Because to me, this whole thing that we talk about, signal versus noise, noise is whether Bridget Macron has a penis or not. Signal is ending a freaking war. It's not even close, in my opinion.
Yeah, but no, Adam, I agree. I agree 100%.
Okay, so we'll just end it right there.
No, it's,
well, let me ask this. Let me ask this other question. So on this one here, we went. Okay, so maybe the last question. Trump making the phone call. Do you think Trump made the right decision calling, or should Trump have told Macron, bro, that's your business? What, you want me to call Candace to tell her to stop talking about you? That's embarrassing request you're making. The request means it's right. So do you think the president should have made the call, or do you think the president making the call knew that there's a possibility that Candace is going to talk about this publicly? You remember when we did the podcast, something happened in the middle of the podcast with the president, and he said, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think the president knew she may talk about this publicly?
Yes.
I think in that moment, Pat, because he's like we talked about, he's such a deal maker. Adam, you said this. He just wants to make deals. I don't think in that moment he's going, "Oh shit, is she gonna?"
Okay.
Because you should have, and because
Yeah.
there's a book, Pat. This is in regard to her too. There's a book that a guy wrote. You guys might have read this. It's called "Choose Your Enemies Wisely."
Yeah.
She is choosing Adam. Elon's a whole different ball of wax. This is the worst enemy to make. Is the president of the United States, who's not only going to be in for 4 years, whoever's going to come in after him is going to be in there for, hopefully, God willing, for a bunch of other years. Nobody's going to trust her. They're not
Yeah, I
going
don't
to
think
trust
I don't
her to
think
have
she
any
cares.
conversations. She doesn't have
You
to
don't
think
care.
she
It's just a
cares?
fact.
Okay.